It started out as Pride coming in, and I thought everything would be okay. I was totally fine with them having and doing what they wanted under the laws. And it ended with a rainbow room where 8 to 12-year-old kids were given butt plugs and dildos.
All it's going to do is confuse kids and teens whose brains aren't fully developed yet.
We owe it to our children and grandchildren to stand for our Christian and biblical values and principles.
Christian conservative Americans have had enough. I don't come against anyone, but when you're shoving things down my throat, I'm tired of it.
Do we or do we not want sex on display in a public park here in Franklin, Tennessee? Do we?
In a state filled with conservatives acting like perpetual victims, the latest right-wing stunt out of Tennessee comes from the city of Franklin, where right-wing protesters are trying to shut down the city's annual Pride Festival.
And you are letting Satan in. He will not take an inch. I promise you.
Thank
he
you
will
for
take
your
everything
comments.
and it
Next,
will not stop.
please.
It doesn't stop.
The increase in sexual misidentification has increased in Generation Z up to 20.8%. In my generation, in the 1940 generation, we were 0.8. There is a war for the hearts and the minds of our kids.
The left is loud, they like to bully, as we've heard about tonight. They push feelings and charge to duplicitous words like equity and inclusion over facts.
I love and accept all people, but that doesn't mean, like God, we accept all lifestyles that are sinful.
Young people are already struggling with anxiety, identity, depression, and mental illness. The answer for these things is Jesus, not a celebration of sin.
It broke my heart to see a grown man dressed up, not just like a woman, but like a prostitute.
Starting last year at Franklin Pride, the community realized we could not trust the organizers as they brought people who go by stage names such as the Blair Bitch, Hanukkah Lewinsky. Really, these are porn star names. These are hooker names. And yet the event was promoted as family friendly.
One of the speakers was even a former SNL cast member.
God hates sodomy. He hates homosexuality. He said it's an abomination. And God hates sexual immorality, all kinds, fornication, adultery, etc. And God hates pride. Sodom and Gomorrah proves that God hates sodomy and sexual immorality and pride. And it's still there. And archaeologists have uncovered it. You can go on YouTube and see. It's a frozen city in sulfur and fire and brimstone. Brimstone is sulfur. I just want to encourage this generation not to be brainwashed.
Sadly for these hateful right-wing evangelicals, the permit did get approved, in no small part thanks to supporters like this.
My name is Robert McNamara. As I look around this room, it's not lost on me that we are vastly outnumbered, mostly by folks that did not attend Pride, merely repeating fabricated untruths. Numbers, however, should not be the issue here or the decider. We are protected by the Constitution of the United States with freedom of speech, freedom of expression, and freedom to gather. As a founding member of Franklin Pride, I'm compelled to lend my voice to those who do not have a voice. I have known since the second grade that I'm gay. Growing up in the 1950s and 60s, there were no pride organizations, no gay role models for me to turn to. Mostly, so coming out was a very long, arduous process for me because of vitriol like we're hearing tonight. Furthermore, if we were planning anything illegal or indecent, do you really think that we invite the Franklin police to be in attendance? Look around the room, they're standing right here.